Hi, this is George. I'm going to show you what is a stoma and how do they do it. Before I show you anything about stoma, I want you to have a basic idea about your digestive and urinary system. The mouth is the entry point for food. From the mouth, the food travels down the esophagus and reaches stomach. In the stomach, the food mixes with the acid and enzymes and transforms to a thick, creamy fluid. This thick fluid is then pushed into the small intestine. The small intestine divided into three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. With the help of enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver, further breakdown of the food occurs in the duodenum. The jejunum and ileum absorbs nutrients from the processed food. After the small intestine, the leftover waste moves into the large intestine. The large intestine has four parts: ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and sigmoid colon. The role of the large intestine is to absorb water, solidify the waste, and store the waste product until it can be evacuated. Once stool arrives in the rectum, a feedback to the brain makes the person to aware the need of bowel movement. The anal sphincter provides us the control over releasing stool or holding it. Voluntary control over this anal sphincter lets us hold the stool until we go to the toilet. As we reach the toilet, the anal sphincter relaxes and stool exits our body via the anus. The urinary system includes the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and the urethra. The function of the kidney is to filter blood and create urine. From the kidneys, urine travels down through the ureter into the bladder. The bladder is a balloon-shaped organ. The function of the bladder is to store urine until the brain signals that the person is ready to empty it, and the urine leaves the body via urethra. Well, I hope that gave you a little idea about your digestive and urinary system. Now let's see what are the types of stomas. A stoma is a surgically created opening in order to divert the feces and urine from the body. There are three common types of ostomies: ileostomy, colostomy, and urostomy. In an ileostomy, a part of your small bowel called the ileum is brought to the surface of your abdomen to form the stoma. An ileostomy is usually made on the right hand side of your abdomen. Stools in this part of the intestine are generally fluid, and because the stoma has no muscle to control defecation, you will need to wear a pouch to collect the effluent. In colostomy, part of your colon is brought to the surface of your abdomen to form the stoma. A colostomy is usually created on the left hand side of your abdomen. Stools in this part of the intestine are solid, and because a stoma has no muscle to control defecation, you will need to wear a pouch to collect the waste. An ileal conduit is usually done following cystectomy. After removal of bladder, a small bowel loop is isolated from the ileum, and both the ureters are connected to the proximal end, with the distal end open to the surface of the abdomen. As stoma, this isolated loop will serve as a channel to conduct urine inside out. Great! Now we learned about stomas.